I'm not. I was mute, is it? Hare
Yes, probably
Krishna.
by mistake you were muted. Now it's okay. We
Oh,
can.
I'm sorry. I
No problem.
sung,
No.
but without getting myself unmuted.
Yeah.
Okay. शुद्ध भक्त चरण रेणु भजन अनुकूल शुद्ध भक्त चरण रेणु भजन अनुकूल भगत सेवा परम सिद्धि प्रेमगति कर मूल भगत सेवा परम सिद्धि प्रेमगति कर मूल माधव तिथि भगति जननी जेतन पालन तोरी माधव तिथि भगति जननी जेतन पालन कोरी कृष्ण बसती बसती बोली परम आदर बोरी और आमर जे सब स्थाने करलो ब्राह्मण गरांगे से सब स्थान हेरिबो आमी प्रणयी भगत संगे मृदंग वाद्य सुनीते मन अबसर सदा जाचे गौर विहित कीर्तन सुनी आनंद हृदय नाचे जुगल मूर्ति देखिया मोरा परम आनंद होय प्रसाद सेवा करिते होय सकल प्रपंच जाय जे दिन ग्रहे भजन देखी गृहते गोलोक भाय चरण सिंधु देखिया गंगा सुख सीमा सीमा पाय तुलसी देखी जुरय प्राण माधव तो शनि जानी गौर प्रिय शाक सेवन जीवन सार्थक मानी भक्ति विनोद कृष्ण भजने अनुकूल पाय जा प्रति दिवसे परम सुखे स्वीकार करुयता शुद्ध भगत चरण रेणु भजन अनुकूल भगत सेवा परम सिद्धि प्रेमलती कर मूल हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Jai Gaurangi Bangaloreshwar, Gaurangi Bangaloreshwar, Gaurangi Jai Jagannatha, Baladeva, Subhadramai Jai Sudarshan, Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Ananta Dev, Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Ananta Dev, Jaya Nitai Chaitanya Jayo Nitai Chaitanya, Nitai Chaitanya Jayo Nitai Chaitanya, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev. गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल, जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत अभय चरणारविंद इसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन संस्थापक आचार्य बीबीटी संस्थापक आचार्य भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर जी की जय। प्रेम से कहिए जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री प्रमद कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। गंगा माई की जय, यमुना माई की जय, तुलसी वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय। ब्रिज मंडल वृंदावन धाम की जय, द्वारका धाम की जय, अयोध्या धाम की जय, समस्त वैष्णव पुनंद की जय हो। All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Guru and Gauranga, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So welcome all of you for this weekly, daily Srimad Bhagavatam class, which is conducted by ISKCON Seshadripuram, and I'm thankful to ISKCON Seshadripuram management to give me this opportunity today, so that I can glorify, though I am not qualified, but I can glorify Srimad Bhagavatam and its Bhagavat devotees like Srila Prabhupada. And today is another auspicious occasion, that it is an Ekadashi. Along with that, it's a Vyas Puja day of our His Holiness Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj. So one more reason to glorify the Lord and his devotees, because his devotees are as good as the Lord. So Supreme Personality of Sakshat Dharitvena Samasta Shastre. So they are the living representatives of the Lord. So it's a very, very auspicious occasion today. So we just sung the Shuddha Bhagat Charan Renu, and we'll read the translation what Bhakti Vinod Thakur says. The dust of the lotus feet of pure devotees, enthusiastic devotional service, and service to the pure devotees of the highest order are the roots of the creeper of devotion. So today Ekadashi is a day to reflect our how is the creeper of devotion progressing, and it is a day to serve devotees, pure devotees, the Lord, and all, and more time for the devotional services. The holy days like Ekadashi and Janmashtami are the mother of devotion for those devotees who respect them. Let the holy places of Krishna's pastimes be my places of worship and bless me. May I always visit the holy places associated with the Leela of Lord Chaitanya and his devotees. When I hear the sound of the mridanga in my heart, I always desire to join in kirtan. And when I hear the bona fide songs describing Lord Chaitanya's pastimes, my heart dances in ecstasy. Whenever I see the transcendental Sri Vigrahas of Radha Krishna, I am in bliss. Because for by taking their lordships prasad, we can conquer over the material elements. On day, while performing devotional practices, I saw my house transformed into Goloka Vrindavan. When I take the Charnamrit of the deity, I see the holy Ganges water that come from the feet of Lord Vishnu, and my bliss knows no bounds. By seeing the Tulasi tree, my heart feels joy, and Lord Madhava Krishna is also satisfied. When I eat the prasad favored by Lord Chaitanya, it is a new life's experience. Lord Chaitanya was very fond of a green vegetable preparation called shak, and there is another song in this book that tells of the amazing effects of this type of prasad. Bhaktivinoda concludes by saying, whosoever attains the stage of enthusiasm for these devotional practices will be supremely blissful wherever he may be. Hare Krishna. So wherever we are, it becomes turns into Vrindavan when we do all these Ekadashi and the festivals like with great enthusiasm, like Janmashtami, Ram Navami, we just celebrated. So this is the crux of the Ekadashi Mahatma. Okay, so we move to the shloka, what we have today. And today's shloka we are going to read from Canto 4 and chapter number 12 and text number 4. Uh, Dhruva Maharaj goes back to Godhead. The chapter's title is Dhruva Maharaj goes back to Godhead. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमिदुर्येत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टुकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. So I share my screen. Although okay. So the shloka is 4.12.4. अहम त्वम इत्य अपार्थाधीर अज्ञानात् पुरुषस्य हि स्वप्ने व्यभत्य अतध्यानात् यया बंध विपर्ययो. अहम त्वम इत्य अपार्थाधीर अज्ञानात् पुरुषस्य हि स्वप्नात्व भत्य अतध्यानाद् यया बंध्या विपर्ययो. अहम त्वमित्यपार्थाधीर ज्ञानात् पुरुषस्य हि स्वप्ने वा भात्य तद्भायान् आध्यया बंध विपर्ययो. Synonyms, translation and purport by Krishna Kripamurti, Abhay Charnarvind, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Synonyms, aham, I, tvam, you, iti, thus, apartha, misconceived, the, intelligence, ajnanat, from ignorance, purushasya, of a person, he, certainly, swapni, a dream, iva, like abhati appears, tat dhyanat from the bodily concept of life, yaya by which bandha bondage, viparyayo and misery. Translation: misidentification of oneself and others as I and you on the basis of the bodily concept of life is a product of ignorance. Sorry. This bodily concept is the cause of repeated birth and death, and it makes us go on continuously in material existence. Purport. The conception of I and you, aham tvam, as separate from each other, is due to our forgetfulness of our eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Person, Krishna, is the central point, and all of us are his parts and parcels. Just as hands and legs are parts and parcels of the whole body, when we actually come to this understanding of being eternally related to the Supreme Lord, this distinction, which is based on the bodily concept of life, cannot exist. The same example can be cited here with the hand is the hand and the leg is the leg. But when both of them engage in the service of the whole body, there is no such distinction as hands and legs. For all of them belong to the whole body, and all the parts working together constitute the whole body. Similarly, when the living entities are in Krishna consciousness, there is no such distinction as I and you, because everyone is engaged in the service of the Lord. Since the Lord is absolute, the services are also absolute. Even though the hand is working one way and the leg is working in another way, since the purpose is the supreme personality of Godhead, they are all one. This is not to be confused with the statement by the Mayavadi philosopher that everything is one. Real knowledge is that hand is hand, leg is leg, body is body, and yet all together they are one. As soon as the living entity thinks that he is independent, his conditional material existence begins. The conception of independent existence is therefore like a dream. One has to be Krishna consciousness, his original position, then he can be freed from material bondage. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणी। Hare Krishna. So once again, welcome all the devotees for the morning class on Shrimad Bhagavatam. Shrimad Bhagavatam is a nectar of all the scriptures, revealed scriptures. Vyasadeva Muni, through the inspiration of Narad Muni, uh, compiled this beautiful uh, scripture, and at the maturity stage, and this is Nigam Kalpataror Galitam Phalam Shuk. So this is very sweet. Um, so that's why Prabhupada established a process wherein we uh, have an opportunity to glorify and listen to Shrimad Bhagavatam daily basis, and all ISKCON temples we find this practice to be going on. So this shlok today is describing about the misidentification. The context is Dhruva Maharaj was was angry over the killing of his brother Uttam, and because of that, yakshas. He was killed by one of the yakshas when he was going towards Himalayas, towards the Kuwait's Puri, Alkapuri. And that time, one of the yakshas killed him. And hearing this, after getting the news of his brother being killed by yakshas, Dhruv Maharaj got very much angry and he attacked the Yakshas area there in Alkapuri side and Himalayan region, and almost tried to destroy everybody. And it was a very fierce battle, and in between looked like Dhruv Maharaj will win that, and suddenly the situation also changed because Yakshas possess a lot of mystic powers, and they also created a scene wherein it was slightly a different way going. Then sages arrived, and then sages inspired Dhruv Maharaj to use his Narayanastra. Subsequently, another fierce battle started, but then when he started killing many more yakshas, um, then Swayambhu Manu appeared, and Swayambhu Manu, his grandfather, he started advising Dhruv that you should not fight. And in the last whole chapter, we saw so many reasons why Dhruv Maharaj should not be fighting and punishing the entire community, because only for the reason that just one yaksha killed his brother. So now, after getting convinced, Dhruv Maharaj. Uh, uh, Dromara stopped fighting, and then now the discussion is now Kuvera, the the king of the Alkapuri Yakshas, who all are under him. So Kuvera appears, and then he started started speaking to Dhruv Maharaj, and this is the dialogue going on. So now he says, misidentification of oneself and others as I and you on the basis of bodily concept of life is a product of ignorance. This bodily concept is the cause of repeated birth and death, and it makes us go on continuously in material existence. So Prabhupada writes a very beautiful purport, and this concept has been a very favorite, one of the most favorite topics of Prabhupada, because Prabhupada has always written that what is our constitutional position. And Jeever Swarup hai Krishna Nityadas. We are not the independent of Krishna. What are the what are the dangers of becoming free from Krishna or independent from Krishna? We are part and parcels of Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, and whatever we see is one and one only. The everything is for the pleasure of Krishna. That is our constitutional position, and we have to use everything, dovetail our life in such a way that it is used for the pleasure of Krishna. So Otherwise, what will happen is, if we are like a nut bolt, Prabhupada gives example of a nut bolt. If the nut bolt is independent of a car or any other machine, then it cannot have its own existence. It has no value. One nut or bolt lying in a hardware shop has a very little value. Whereas if it is in a car or any other machine, then it has a tremendous value. So we are also we are also, our existence is meaningful only when we are considering ourselves as part and parcel of Krishna. So this is there, or Prabhupada also gives another example, like a street dog as well as compared to a pet dog. So domestic dog and a street dog doesn't have a belt on its neck, whereas a pet dog has a belt. So anybody seeing the pet dog will immediately report to its owner. The But then a street dog, nobody cares. He just gets beaten up or by uh, dejected by the society, um, and he is not given any sufficient food or anything. The He is not well taken care of, whereas a pet dog is taken care of by its owner very well. So, if we are part of Krishna's uh, pref- Krishna's, we think that we are not independent, then we are with Krishna, and um they say that Krishna bhuliya jeev bhoga vancha kare pache tare maya are japatiya dhari. So if you are away from Krishna, then the Maya Devi will bring us back into this world again and again. This Bhava Chakra will continue. And that is the cause of repeated birth and death. And this bodily concept that I and me, or you, my and mine. Right. So this is the biggest reason why we are there in this material world. So in this same concept, Prahlad Maharaj also, why this happens, me and mine, right? Aham mameti. So Prahlad Maharaj describes in fifth canto. So I just take this also as punsam striya maithuni bhava पावे तयोर मिथो हृदय ग्रंथि माहु अतो गृह क्षेत्र सुतप्त वित्तेर जनस्य मोहम aham mameti. So this is caused because of me and mine, because I take care of my family. The attraction between male and female is the basic principle of material existence. On the basis of the misconception which ties together the hearts of male and female, one becomes attracted to his body, home, property, children, relatives, and wealth. In this way, one increases life's illusions and thinks in terms of I and mine. The moment we start thinking only this is mine, I, then we are under great illusion, because this is the illusion which will go on, and for many lives, till we achieve, till we get a mercy of a Vaishnava, or ब्रह्मांडे भ्रमित कौन भाग्यवान है जीव गुरु कृष्ण कृपा पाए bhakti lata beach. Still we get the association of pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada or his disciples who are serving now as acharyas, like Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. So they are the great hope on this ocean of birth and death. So that is the reason we are put into this birth and death cycle again and again by the Durga Devi, Maya Shakti of Krishna. And similarly, Prabhupada also says that Yasyatma Buddhi Gunapeta Dhatuki Savi Kalatra, just a minute, in his Shrimad Bhagavatam 10.84, 13. So this also, if we are thinking that we are just like a body, then we are on a material platform. So then we are as good as go and khar. We are compared to uh, cow, ass and a cow. Just a minute. So yasyatma buddhi kunape tridhaduke swadhi kalatradi shubhama ijjashi yatirtha buddhi salile na karhichi janashwe abhiggeshu sa eva khokharah. Which means one who identifies his self as the inert body composed of mucus, bile, and air, who assumes his wife and family are permanently his own, who thinks an earthen image or the land of his birth is worshipable, or who sees a place of pilgrimage as merely the water there, which means we go to the pilgrimage and just have a bathing, bath over there with the holy water, holy river, water, etc. And we don't take any association of the devotees over there because pilgrimage is what? The association of devotees over there in pilgrimage. But who never identifies himself with fields, kinship with, worships, or even visits those who are wise in spiritual truth. That is what the Shuddha Bhakt, if we don't take the dust of those Shuddha Bhagats, spiritually elevated people, then such a person is no better than a cow or an ass. So this is a very strong statement for us to, because we do visit a lot of sometimes with the consciousness that okay, we this Kumbh Mela happened this very recently, and millions of people, almost 650 million people, took bath in the holy Triveni Sangam. But if we, Prabhupada says, or the Bhagavatam says that if we are going there, it's very good that we take the dip of the holy water over there, so Triveni Sangam. But at the same time, we should also be taking the association of the pure devotees over there because they can give us, they can enlighten us, they can remove our the nascence or the darkness, whatever we have. So if we serve those devotees and if we hear from them about the glories of the Lord, then we can remove our nascence, ignorance, which is the root cause of the cycle of we falling into the trap of cycle of birth and death. Okay. So similarly, there is a story which I heard on in one of the lectures that Shri Ramchandraji, when he was constructing this Ramasetu to the bridge to Lanka, that time uh, all his devotees were like Sugriv, Bali, Sugriv, not Bali, Sugriv, Jaman, Hanuman, Nal, Neel, etc. They're all Vanars, Vanar Sena, entire Vanar Seva was busy in uh, putting the boulders over the sea and giving a shape of the bridge. And that time, suddenly, what happens? Bhavan Prabhu Ram also takes one stone and then he drops. So it doesn't float. Now somebody says, why this happened? Then Hanumanji explains that Prabhu, whatever, if you have left somebody, it is bound to sink. It is not that it would be floating on the this thing because if the Lord has left anybody, normally it's not the nature of the Lord to leave anybody if he is slightly towards him. If he is facing him, then Prabhu, all the lords, Lord Ramchandra, Lord Krishna, they're all one and the same. They are giving shelter to the fallen ones, and they never will leave the person if we are slightly towards this his side. Sanmukh, if we are sanmukh towards him, then he will pull us rather. But just for the giving the understanding, this is Acharyas explain that if the Lord has left anybody, then it is bound to sink. So since we are part and parcel, we are supposed to be serving the Lord, and if, because he is Bhoktaram Yagyatapsam Sarvalok Maheshwaram. He is the supreme enjoyer. He is the supreme creator. He is the supreme um, maintainer. He is the supreme enjoyer. So Bhoktaram Yagyatapsam Sarvalok Maheshwaram. Or Ishavasya Sarvam Yatkincham Jagtam Jagat. So everything belongs to the Lord. And He has allocated quota to us, and we are there to just to use our due quota and be satisfied with that. Then only we can aim, because this human body is meant for going back to Godhead. This is a precious life, precious time. Time is so precious that if whatever time is left for us to engage in the services of the Lord, so that we can purify ourselves and we can rise above the three gunas, Rajogun, Tamogun, Satogun, and on the Vasudeva platform, because in Vaikuntha, nothing below Satogun, nothing above, nothing below Shuddha Satogun, because that's a Vasudev Sthiti, and the Lord will give us opportunities to purify ourselves, but but in this Kali Yuga, the the only purificatory process is Harinam Sankirtana. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Nam Eva Kevalam, Kalo Nastyeva, 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 Gatir Anyatha. Because three times positive enforcement, and three times the negatively it is said that nothing is there, nothing is there, nothing is there. And one time, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, only Hare Nam, Hare Nam, only Hare Nam, only Hare Nam is there in this Kali Yuga, and nothing else, nothing else, nothing else. So that means it is very, very important that Hare Nam, we take shelter of the holy name, because this is going to be a Tarak mantra, and this is a mantra which is very, very pure in this, and the Yuga Dharma. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared about 550 years ago, 539 years precisely, and he distributed this name, holy name, all over India, and he wanted this to be going to all over the world, and because of that, our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada distributed this Mahamantra to without any discrimination to the entire humanity. He went to America after suffering a lot. Despite that, because of his order from his spiritual master, and he struggled for almost 70 years, and then at the age of 71, he left India for the Western world to make the words of his spiritual master true. So Mayavadi philosophers think that the we are also part and parcel, and then we can also become one with the Supreme Personality, which is wrong. Prabhupada writes in this purport that a hand is hand, a leg is leg. It cannot be called as a person, but the whole thing will be complete only when we are identified as part and parcel of because we are energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we are the Tatastha, we are the marginal energy of the Lord. We can be towards Krishna, we can be away from Krishna. If we are away from Krishna, then we'll be in the whole cycle of birth and death. So, in this connection, why it happens? Because why this ignorance comes, and this is explained in the third canto when Brahmaji did the creation of the whole secondary creation. Primary creation was done by the Lord, and when he started creating the jivas, that time in the third canto, this verse comes that he introduced 5 layers of ignorances. So, third canto, 20th chapter, and 18th verse. We'll discuss on this because this is gives a great insight into why this ignorance comes within us. It's taking a little time to. Okay. So the verse says like Sasarja Chayaya Vidyam Panchavarnam Agratah Tamisram Andhatamisram Tamo Moho Mahatamaha. So the verse says like this. First of all, Brahma created from his shadow the coverings of ignorance of the conditioned soul. They are 5 in number and are called Tamishra, Andhatamishra, Tamas, Moha, Mahamoha. So Tamishra is now we'll read the purport also. It's beautiful purport explaining what all they are. And these 5 layers of ignorance lead us to the behavior what we do, that I and me, aham mameti. Then we are forgotten of the spiritual world because we came from the spiritual world. Somehow we were dropped because we had ichha dvesh. We had the desire to enjoy ourselves independent of Krishna, and dvesh because we had the envy from Krishna that why he is the only enjoyer. So ichha, dvesh, these two are the reasons why we are into this material world, why we are put into this material world. So when we are put into the material world, then in order to, because Krishna is facilitating us everything, whatever we want to enjoy. And if we are put into this material world, in this difficult situation, then again he wants us to forget everything about the spiritual world and Krishna. So just to facilitate, because otherwise we'll not be able to enjoy also fully. So the 5 layers of ignorances are introduced by Brahma. The conditioned souls or living entities who come to the material world to enjoy sense gratification are covered in the beginning by 5 different conditions. The first condition is a covering of tamishra or anger. Constitutionally, each and every living entity has minute independence. We are given independence. No doubt, we are given the independence, but our independence is like a ox or the cow being tied up with a rope. So we have a limited freedom to work within that perimeter or maybe radius of that hub wherever we are tied up. So Krishna has given us independence to use our take a decision whenever there are di- two situations come, then we have to take a decision based on the guru, sadhu, and shastra. If we are taking in accordance with the guru, sadhu, shastra, then we are utilizing our intellect in a right way. If you are utilizing the other way around, then Krishna will fulfill that desire also, because he has given us freedom, so he respects our independence, freedom. But that is limited. Krishna is independent and he has got infinite independence. He is Swarat. He is fully Swarat. It is misuse of that minute independence for the conditioned soul to think that he can also enjoy like Supreme Lord, or to think, why shall I not be a free enjoyer like Supreme Lord? So we are having envious of Supreme Lord, and because of that, we come. So this forgetfulness of his constitutional position is due to anger or envy. The living entity, being eternally a part and parcel servitor of the Supreme Lord, can never, by constitution, be an equal enjoyer with the Lord. We even though we may try, but we can never be. Prabhupada used to challenge that, okay, you can make big, big airplanes, but can you make a small mosquito who flies? By such knowledge, we cannot create, or we cannot create even a conscious jiva, any as tiny as a mosquito. This forgetfulness of his constitutional position is due to anger or envy. The living entity, being eternally a part and parcel servitor of the Lord, can never be by constitution be an equal enjoyer with the Lord. When he forgets this, however, and tries to be one with him, his condition is called tamishra. Like Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, they try to enjoy better than Supreme Lord. They try to enjoy, he tried to, Ravana tried to enjoy the Lakshmi Devi, Sita Mata. But he could never, because he is not meant like that. Even in the field of spiritual realization, this Tamishra mentality of a living entity is hard to overcome. Prabhupada is cautioning this even in people also, spiritually realized people also find hard to overcome it. In trying to get out of the entanglement of material life, there are many who want to be one with the Supreme. This is Mayavadi philosophy. Even in their transcendental activities, this lower grade mentality of Tamishra continues. And the Tamishra, the second layer, involves considering death to be the ultimate end. So we are always thinking only the death is the ultimate end, and there is nothing life, no life after that. Like voidism, the Buddhist philosophy, or some of the Christianity also, that okay, nothing after, there is no birth, rebirth after one leaves his body. The atheists generally think that the body is the self and that everything is therefore ended with the end of the body. Thus, they want to enjoy material life as far as possible during the existence of the body. Their theory is, as long as you live, you should live prosperously. Never mind whether you commit all kinds of the so-called sins. You must eat sumptuously, beg, borrow, and steal. And if you think that by stealing and borrowing you are being entangled in sinful activities for which you will have to pay, then just forget that misconception, because after death, everything is finished. No one is responsible for everything, anything he does during his life. This atheistic conception of life is killing human civilization, because it is for without knowledge of the continuation of eternal life. So this Prabhupada is writing, and now present modern education is full of this. And that's why we are creating more and more atheist society. We are not creating the theistic society. And ISKCON was set up to create a lot of Brahmins who can lead the society and make the society educated one. This undhamishra ignorance is due to tamas. The condition of tamas is ignorance. Tamas is darkness. Oh, we daily pray Om Agyan Timirandhasya. So Andha, Andhakar is tamas. The condition of not knowing anything about the spirit soul is called tamas. Spirit soul ka existence nahi hai, no existence. This material world is also generally called tamas because 99% of the living entities are ignorant of their identity as soul. So first knowledge which was given to Arjuna was the knowledge of spirit, soul and body in the second chapter. Almost everyone is thinking that he is this body, he has no information about the spirit soul, guided by his misconception. One always thinks, this is my body, and anything in relationship with body is mine. For such misguided living entities, sex life is the background of material existence. Actually, the conditioned souls in ignorance in this material world are simply guided by sex life. The Mayavadi philosophy has also encouraged this in the first canto. Prabhupada writes, one of the purports, that Mayavadi philosophy has given the proliferation of enjoying through sex life, as soon as they get the opportunity for sex life, they become attached to the so-called home, motherland, children, wealth. We just read that verse, punsa striya mein tuni bhava. They get the opportunity for sex life, they become attached to so-called home, motherland, children, wealth. So they will say, I'm Indian, I'm American, motherland. This is why the fighting takes place. Children, well, this is my children, my child, this is his child, and the opulence. As these attachments increase, moha, this is the cause of moha, illusion, which is really not. Moha is what? What is that which is not? So, Maya. Illusion of the bodily concept of life also increases. Thus, the idea of I am this body and everything belonging to this body is mine. So Arjuna was also behaving like that, because these Kauravas are also mine. And what happens if I kill them? Then what? Who am I going to enjoy? Because I am could be the alone person over there. So that just to teach us this message, Krishna transfers this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna in the battlefield. Also increases, and the whole world is put into moha. Sectarian societies, families, nationalists are created, and they fight with one another. Prabhupada used to say, what we have done with United Nations, we have created more and more flags, nothing else. We are creating more and more nations, whereas the purpose was to unite United Nations. The nations you were supposed to unite, but they are disintegrating. Even new nations are getting created now also. So we are just adding flags. Especially in this age of Kali, everyone is overwhelmed by the madness to accumulate. So Mahamoha is the madness after the material enjoyment. Once we have the enjoyment, material, then we are mad into it that we want only this. That's all. So, especially in this age of Kali, everyone is overwhelmed by the madness to accumulate paraphernalia for material enjoyment. We see so many people, big shots like Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Ambani's, they are creating wealth and wealth after wealth. For what reason? They are mad because they don't know the purpose of life, what it is. They just want to accumulate things as if the things are going to give them the satisfaction and the joy, but actually it is not. They are going to leave these material things here only, and they are not going to carry anything except the spiritual, whatever the spiritual piety they have accumulated. These definitions are nicely given in Vishnu Puran. So that is the last verse. We'll not read this. So this is the understanding that why it is causing, why I and me, Aham Mameti, is creating the background for us to be moving into this material world, spiritual world, material world, within this life after life, one after the other. So we should, the objective should be that in this life itself, we cross this ocean of nascence through Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, and whatever the Prabhupada's teachings are there, they are there in his books, in his lectures, and there are many acharyas after Prabhupada left this material world for the spiritual journey, for his other assignments to serve the Lord. So there are great acharyas like today's Jayapataka Swami Maharaj appeared, and he's following the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. So he's a great inspiration for us in spite of his so much of health issues coming. He is so much compassionate and caring for the disciples, devotees all over the whole ISKCON society, that he is serving Srila Prabhupada's mission so nicely. Thank you very much. This is my understanding. If you have any question, query, comment on whatever we discussed today, so I will invite, otherwise we'll end the meeting. So there's no question, then we end this meeting so that we can participate in the other services today. We have great celebration also of the Vyas Puja. So please do visit the temple in the evening. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री परम पूजनीय जय पताका स्वामी महाराज की